Help if I go off on unmuting myself. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching the recording, I appreciate you coming to check me out. Okay, I think I'm unmuted now. My goodness. Sorry for all of that. Here we go. Technology, right? So we're going to go ahead and share my screen here, which might already be shared. All right, so let me make sure that we are on the right screen. I apologize, I'm having some technical difficulties here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so welcome. So last week we talked about what do I need to know to get labor ready. And this week we're going to talk about specifically preparing the mind. So our mind for labor, our mindset, our mentality, our motivation, our mental endurance, all of these things that are so important for the process of labor. And I just think it's really, really important to start building some of these skills way before you're ready for labor so that when you get to that point, you have all of these tools innately within you, all of these practices ready to put into action once you get to that moment. So let's go ahead and talk about preparing the mind. So today we're going to cover breath work specifically to help reduce pain and relaxation. So we're going to do some different types of practices together. We're going to talk a little bit about affirmations and how you can reframe your role in this experience. We're going to talk about the practice of mindfulness as well as the practice of meditation, and we'll do a small meditation together. And then we'll also talk a little bit about visualization, so preparing and training for the labor and birth and delivery. So I just want to put this again as a friendly reminder that you are built for this. So you are having with everything that you need within you to go through this process that is labor and delivery. And at the end of it, you're going to have your baby, and it's going to be a very exciting, overwhelming, wonderful time. And I just want you again to remember that you have everything you need. And I hope that we can continue to build these tools that you can utilize during your process so that you can find that labor is more than just what you see in the movies, and that it can be this beautiful beautiful experience that brings your baby into this world. All right, so I want to go ahead and spend some time talking about breath because after I've done a lot of research and personal training and all of these different types of ways to help manage not only pain when you think about pain and labor, but also anxiety, frustration, overstimulation, all of those things can actually be managed by your breath. So I won't go into all of the nitty-gritty when it comes to the neuro aspects of our breath, but basically when we get into these stages of fight, flight, or freeze, right? And I think there's another one actually called fawn, where we kind of it's freezing, but we have I don't remember what it is, but there's all these F words, if you will. So we'll just kind of stick with fight, flight, or freeze. And we get into these phases when we get anxious or nervous or angry or frustrated or scared. And fortunately, we have that happen where we are being able to try to protect ourselves, right? So when you think about the evolutional aspects of this reaction, this fight, flight, or freeze, it's helped us protect ourselves, right? When we were in caves and we were in, having to fight for food and fight for shelter and fight for safety. And fortunately, we don't have to, most of us don't have to fight, flight, or freeze for a lot of those things, but rather we're noticing that these patterns of behaviors are still happening when we have a conflict with our boss, right? Or a conflict in our marriage, or we start having pain in our bodies. And so it's 100% completely natural for you to feel these physiological changes in your body when you're experiencing these things. And so it's good news in that we can actually reconnect with our calming state by reconnecting with our breath. So, the benefits of mindful breath is that it regulates the nervous system to help support relaxation, right? So, we go to this fight, flight, or freeze phase, and then we're able, with our breath, bring us back to a state of calmness. Reduce anxiety, depression, and overwhelm, reduce pain, and rebuilding that mind-body connection. You see, when we get into these fight, flight, or freeze stages, our blood vessels actually bring blood to our arms and our legs so that we can run away or so that we can fight. And so there's less blood flow to our brain and less blood flow to our vital organs. And so that's not really a great way. That's not a good thing to happen, especially when you're trying to make a decision or you're trying to come up with a solution. And so, by being able to bring our awareness back to our breath, we can actually bring the blood flow back into our core and into our brain so that we can make a good decision from there. So, the goal with the breath is to practice before labor so that it's natural and it's innate. Something that I've noticed in the past few years, especially through my pregnancy journey and through just being a mother of two, I noticed I was holding my breath a lot. And all of a sudden, I would have this like I was underwater, and my husband would go, "What'd I do? What's wrong? Or are you okay?" And I go, "No, I just forgot to breathe. Like, I'm perfectly fine, but I forgot to breathe." But I found that I was holding all of this stress and overwhelm and everything right in my heart and right in my chest. And I was actually holding my breath, which is depriving my body from oxygen, right? And so it's so, so important because it's not only going to affect us, but it's going to affect our baby, right? And so I would like to practice a little breath work together so that we can really bring back that natural rhythm of our breath and actually feel what breathing feels like. So, if you will join me, we're going to go ahead and get into a comfortable position. And you're welcome to close your eyes or just bring your gaze downward. I just want you to notice how your breath feels in this moment. Noticing how your inhale feels and what's happening within your body as you inhale. And then also noticing your exhale. Again, what's happening in your body? How does it feel? And again, just noticing your current breath. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and inhale for a count of 4, hold for 2, and then exhale for a count of 6. So when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 2, 1, and then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. One more time here for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, and exhale for 6, 5, 4. Feel the shoulders go down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 1, 2, and then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Definitely enjoying and noticing how your body feels with that breath. Reflecting a little bit on how your body feels. You might notice that your shoulders loosen up a little bit more. You might notice that your chest starts to get a little lighter, your body gets a little lighter. And so, this is just a really great exercise to continue to practice. I know whenever I feel frustrated or overwhelmed, I take this minute to breathe And 100% of the time, after I do this little gentle breath work activity, I'm immediately more in a relaxed state. Always, always, always. And it's neurologically kicking in that system. So I highly encourage the opportunity here for your breath. And then these are some of the breath techniques that I teach a lot of my clients specifically related to pain relief and labor. So there's something called the slow rhythmic breath. Okay. So you can kind of look over that. So basically, you're going to inhale for a count of 4 and then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6 and then so it's an audible exhale. Okay. So focusing on relaxing your jaw and your shoulders as you exhale. So we can go ahead and practice this here together. So we're going to do an inhale for 4, exhale for 6 with an audible sound. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Good. And you would just continue this breath. And this is definitely something that having that auditory sound from your throat is actually very calming. And when you kind of hum it or you have that sound, it actually kicks in your auditory system to calm down as well. So not only are you bringing in your breath and you're feeling your breath, but you're actually relaxing yourself with the sound that you make as well. So that's a really great breath pattern to do while you're in the process of labor. And then we also have the light breathing. So this is going to be more for when you're getting into that kind of active phase of labor. So you're going to go ahead and inhale through your nose, and then you're going to exhale through your mouth in quick, shallow breaths. So, and after two quick out breaths, you're going to then do a, so it's going to look like this. And what that does is it helps bring that rhythm. It gets your mind kind of distracted off of what is the changes that are happening within your body, especially during a contraction, and allows your parasympathetic nervous system to kick in and to kind of calm everything down so that you can bring those contractions on with calm and welcoming those contractions rather than trying to fight and squeeze and hold on to them. It is 100% completely normal to want to push the pain away. I remember when I was going through my first pregnancy and labor, I was like so uncomfortable in my skin. I was trying to crawl out of the pain, and it was really, really frustrating because it was continuously happening, right? 1 to 2 minutes. And so for my second pregnancy, I learned these techniques, and oh my gosh, it made a huge difference in being able to manage the pain and discomfort that you experience when you're in that process of labor. So hopefully a few of those breath patterns, I encourage you today to at least find one that works for you. So whether that's the inhale for 4, exhale for 6, inhale for 4, exhale 6 with an auditory exhale, or that inhale with the 2 pants and then the exhale. So feel free to explore some other ones that may work for you, or feel free to ask me if you want to try something else and we can work on that together. Just let me know. I'm happy to work on that with you. So the next section here is all on reframing, reframing the concept of labor, reframing what's happening within your body, and being able to reframe the situation in general so that you can stay as calm and as positive as you can through this experience. So one of the big things that we want to start with is identifying any of your limiting beliefs that you may be currently experiencing right now when it comes to not only the labor, but just your pregnancy. It's amazing when I look at some of the pregnancy Facebook groups, and a lot of people are just, they're really hard on themselves, right? Like, I keep gaining weight, or I'm just not enjoying this pregnancy at all, or, and of course, things come up and things happen. And it can be absolutely frustrating. But we have to be able to reframe that to we're bringing this beautiful baby into this world. And this is a temporary inconvenience, but look at the amazing things that my body is also doing. And so we have to be able to identify limiting beliefs. So I want you to think about and feel free to pause this recording and write down any fears or concerns that you might feel about labor and in general about your pregnancy. And it can even be about your motherhood, about transitioning into motherhood. What are some of your fears? Right? I know for a big one for me was I was really doing well in my career and what was this going to do in my career? What was this going to do for my time, um my ability to continue to do what I work so hard for but still be a mom, and being able to figure all those things out. And I just continually reminded myself that I will figure it out, right? I will take each day as it comes. And so that's where we reframe with those affirmations and transform those fears into empowering thoughts, empowering words, right? So for some examples, my body is strong, capable, and ready for this, which it is, right? You will be amazed in the moment how strong and resilient you truly are. It gives us such a thrill to think about how amazing our bodies prepare and actually perform this whole process of labor. It's really a beautiful thing. And it can be beautiful when we practice some of these techniques to help bring a calm labor. And then after we've identified and we've reframed, we're then able to apply. So then we actually start applying those thoughts and affirmations. We might say it to our partner. Hey, if I ever say this, or I'm having a hard day, or even during the process of labor, like, this is what I want you to say. It's very motivating. Please make sure that you're offering that or recording these affirmations so that you can listen to them during the moment that you're in labor. I know a big affirmation for me was that the pain is good. The pain is bringing good. And whatever reason that allowed me to not necessarily see my body experiencing pain, but rather my body creating this pain to bring my baby into this world. And it just completely reframed how I was experiencing it, how I was feeling it. And it was exactly what I needed at that time to keep going. So I really encourage you to find those limiting beliefs, write those down. I would love to hear what you have to say in the Facebook group, how we can reframe those affirmations, and then what we can do to apply those in the moment. One of my favorite topics to talk about is mindfulness. So I want to talk a little bit about what mindfulness is, some of the benefits, and then ways to be mindful. So mindfulness is the act of being present in the moment that you're in, whether it's a good moment or a bad moment or a neutral moment. You're just literally experiencing your body in that moment. And it's powerful because most of the time, especially as women, we are spending our time in the past, thinking about things from the past, and we're also thinking about future, right? What am I going to make for dinner? What am I going to do later? What am I doing this weekend? What do I have to prepare? Right? We're always in these two worlds, and very rarely are we in this moment of just being. And let me tell you from personal experience, when I learned about mindfulness, it was amazing to be able to implement this practice into my life because I didn't need any tools. I didn't need to go to a yoga class. I didn't need to have a certain type of music on or be sitting on my mat. Like, it could happen anywhere, right? It could happen in the car at a red light. It could happen during a meeting at work. It could happen while my kids are fighting around me. I could be mindful. And so this is just a really great practice to be able to implement, especially during the concepts of labor, and being able to just be in that moment, experiencing that, giving yourself positive affirmations, and then connecting with your breath. So many, many benefits to mindfulness. It helps reduce stress, anxiety. It helps reduce overstimulating experiences, and it overall helps you prepare for whatever that next step is that you're doing. So it really, really makes a huge impact. And I am, again, living proof that mindfulness has done wonders in my life. So there here's two examples of things that you can do, again, especially during as you're preparing for labor and building these skills of mindfulness. I want you to bring your attention to different parts of your body during a body scan and then just identify what you're experiencing there. So we'll go ahead and practice here right now. So again, if you would like to find that comfortable position and gently close your eyes or bring your gaze downward, relax the shoulders. Let's go ahead and do an inhale for 4. Hold at the top and exhale for 6. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Feeling the shoulders come down, maybe your back softens a little bit. Great. Good. So I want you to just notice for a moment how your left foot feels. Noticing where it is and just the space around your left foot. Being mindful that there's no right or wrong here. It's just simply what you are experiencing. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring it to your right foot. Bring your awareness there. Just notice how you feel, how the space feels around your right foot, maybe relaxing some of the muscles there. And then bringing that awareness to both your feet, how your feet feel. Bringing your awareness up your legs, into your calves, into your knees. All the way up and noticing how your hips and your thighs feel. Bringing again those shoulders down as you bring your awareness to your pelvis, to your low back, and to your belly. Maybe connecting with your baby here, giving your baby some love. With your next inhale, bringing nutrition and love from the earth around you into your baby. Maybe thinking of all the fun things you have to look forward to as your baby comes to this world. All the adventures, all the fun, all the outings with family and friends, holidays, all of those amazing things that your baby is going to get to experience with you. And then bringing your awareness now to your chest, to your shoulders, and then down into your arms. Noticing how your arms feel all the way down to your wrists and to your hands. Just simply again, noticing how they feel. Good. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Good. And hopefully you started to feel a little bit, I know me feeling a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more in tune with where my body is in space. And it's just really helpful in a lot of the wild emotions that we experience during this process. Then you can also pair mindfulness with a mantra. So as you maybe after you do a body scan, you can then consider what can be something that I say over and over and over again, maybe tying in one of the affirmations that you experienced and being able to one breath at a time, or this discomfort is bringing good to me, and being able to implement that into your mindfulness. So if that is something that you feel is a practice that you would like to look more into, please feel free to reach out. I am happy to get you started on a mindfulness practice and really helping you shift the way that you experience your life day to day. And then finally, it's meditation. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to play some music here in the background. And we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a meditation together. Bear with me here. And my children, I'm sorry, are playing in the room next to me. So if you hear them, please bear with me. Being a mom and making all of this work, let me tell you. All right, so I'm going to play some music here, and hopefully you can hear it. We're going to put all of these things together. I'd like you reposition yourself a little bit, maybe just get a little bit more comfortable on your bed or on the couch. Finding a place where your back is supported. Now let's go ahead and connect with your breath. Inhaling through the nose. Softening your shoulders and hands as you exhale out. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Reminding yourself that your body is made to do this. Go ahead and take a moment. We're going to connect with our senses here. So I just want you to notice, what are you hearing in your environment right now? Maybe it's the music, the sound of my voice, noises from around your home. Providing no judgment or no opinions of the noise, but just noticing what you hear. And then I want you to bring your awareness to what you feel. Feeling the clothing on your skin. Feeling the breeze from the fan on your skin. And the stillness of the ground beneath you. Then bring your awareness to your sense of smell. Noticing any smells that you might smell in your environment. Noticing how the air feels as it comes through your nose and out through your mouth. And even though your eyes are closed, I want you to just notice something within your vision that brings you joy. Maybe it's a person or a place, an activity, or just being somewhere that brings you joy. And finally, your sense of taste, maybe experiencing something that you just had to eat or to drink, or just noticing how neutral it is. Letting go of any fears, any worries, bringing your awareness to this present moment, not worrying about what's happened in the past or what's going to happen in your future. It's simply just being in this moment, right here, right now. And maybe you take a hold of your baby and give your baby a large hug with your hands. Connecting with baby. Continuing to pump love through your breath, through your words, and through your hands. Acknowledging all that your body is doing in this process. And even though your physical body is changing, you're also open to allowing your mind and your spirit to also evolve into the mother you are meant to be. You feel strong and empowered, reminding yourself that you have a village of women that have come before you and that will come after you. And all of the energy of the women through this process of labor and birth are with you in this moment. You are not alone. You are loved. You are supported. And you are the perfect mom for your baby. Just take another moment here to just connect with what's going on within you. Take a few moments of enjoying the music, and then we'll end. If you get distracted, feel free to bring your awareness back to your breath. When you're ready, bringing yourself to a sense of gratitude for all the amazing blessings and beauties that you have in your life. The miracle that is within you, the beauty of the day, the beauty of the world that is around you, and the community that is supporting you each step of the way. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead, open those eyes, stretch it out a little bit, bringing awareness back into our physical body. All right. Last one I wanted to quickly talk about is visualization. So this is the practice of moving your body through the contractions like waves, and each one bringing them closer to meeting your baby. I'm sorry, I'm going to text my husband to ask my children to be a little bit more quiet. Goodness gracious. So the visualization practice is being able to move your body through contractions like waves, with each one bringing them closer to meeting your baby. So thinking about those contractions coming like waves, and then allowing the contractions to come out of your body. Allowing those contractions to come and allowing those contractions to go. And then considering some of those interactive, so exercises where you can actually visualize your ideal birth environment, focusing on the sensory details. So feeling the light happening around you, the sounds, the smells, visualizing, making eye contact with your loved ones, all of these things that really help just bring your awareness to the sensory and the environment. And then the progressive visualization is being able to help you move through that early active and then finally the pushing stages of labor, imagining this calm, strength, and focus at each step. And so I want you again just to take a moment here, and you can have your eyes open or closed. And I just want you to think about what your experience can look like. And just like you would visualize going out for a dance recital, or visualizing, practicing your presentation for a speech at work, or visualizing the things that you might need to get at the store, making that certain meal. I want you to also visualize what would it be like to go through this labor. And there's many different types of YouTube videos that you can find online that can help you with visualizing each of these stages, and that can help basically prepare your mind for that actual point when it's happening, and be able to, your body is going to know exactly what to do with these practices. And so being able to kick in that breath, being able to kick in that mindfulness, being able to kick in that moment to reconnect with your baby and your body. So I want to take a moment here, put it all together for you. A lot of these practices only take 5 to 15 minutes a day to engage in these activities that will prepare your mind for the concept of the practice of labor. So, whether it be meditating for a few minutes in the morning or a few minutes before you go to bed, or just working on some of those breath work, getting your partner, your family involved, your team involved, making sure that everybody is aware of how you want this labor to go. I also want you to ask questions and make sure that you're providing your own reflections and how these tools can be customized to your individual needs. For me, the positive affirmation of my mind or my body is doing this, the pain is coming, the pain is bringing good to my body, it's bringing good to my baby. That was really helpful for me, along with the breath. But for you, it might be the visualization. So I want you to think about which ones work best for you and then being able to identify that, and that way you can implement that into the process of labor. And then I want you to think about, would a workbook be helpful with some of these scripts? How can I write down some of these affirmations? What types of breath patterns do I want to have? And even a checklist for yourself that can be helpful in the process of labor so that you can remind yourself when you're experiencing the frustration or the pain or the discomfort, you can always bring it back to these concepts here. So thank you so much for being patient with me. I hope this information was informative to help you get labor ready, connecting your breath, mindfulness, meditation, reframing your thoughts, and being able to help with visualization to get you labor ready. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in the Facebook group. I would be happy to have that discussion with you. And our next live call is going to be Sunday, December 15th at 7 p.m. And I look forward to continuing to communicate in the group. And again, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thank you so much and have a great evening.